Good evening, thanks for joining us, and as you saw right off the top, if you're a hockey fan, you're in for some good news, as Carly's going to tell you.
Yes, you sure are. The bottom line today is that even if you're not golfing in the tournament, there is something for everyone with the events taking place next week. I'll tell you what they are coming up later in the cast.
Sounds good. And Whitney, we had a little bit of rain this weekend, but what's this week going to look like?
Well, the Street Fest was rained out, and unfortunately, Jack, there is more showers on the way for this week. Right now, we're sitting at 21 degrees under some clouds. 46% is that humidity. We're not getting anything in the way of winds quite yet, though. Clouds all across our region, 23 in the Lakeland and 22 in the Battlefords. Those clouds are going to turn dark pretty soon. We'll tell you more coming up.
Locally, travel agents are preparing for what could be a trying day tomorrow. If there is a strike, travelers will be scrambling to make alternate arrangements. The best course of action is to try to take on as much of the customer service job as you can. Get your own boarding passes, printed in advance, show up early, and try not to check any bags.
Canada is telling us that they will have management people working the gates and making sure the flights come and go as they're supposed to go. Where there will be a shortage of staff will be in the actual check-in area if you have baggage to check.
A travel agent can help you get those passes printed, and they're also the best source of information regarding rebooking. People on domestic flights should face fewer challenges.
It's a major carrier, and particularly what our concern is would be our international clients who are at destination and need to return home. If Air Canada's flights are not operating, it creates a backlog.
Having dealt with everything from 9/11 to volcanoes causing delays, Duhaime is confident that the system will cope, but he, like many others, is hoping resolution can be found today.
Well, there will be pressure from everyone, particularly the government. They've already come out and said that it's not in the best interest of our country to have a strike at this time due to the economy and due to the season. I mean, this is a busy season. Nobody wants to have their plans interrupted.
Some sad news now. A 33-year-old man from Edmonton is dead after his vehicle rolled into the river valley this morning, north of Adamore. At 6 a.m., RCMP received a call from a driver who spotted a truck in the Beaver River. It appeared the vehicle had gone off the highway and landed in the water.
He was a lone occupant, wasn't belted, came off road and took a path end over end and some side rolling right into the water down below us.
The body was pulled from the river and is scheduled for an autopsy. RCMP say they don't know the cause of the crash.
As far as blood alcohol or whether alcohol is involved, not sure. I'm still trying to narrow down the actual time frame of when it may have occurred.
Police are asking anyone who may have seen a Blue Sierra pickup truck pulling a trailer with a yellow quad on Highway 892 to call the Cold Lake Detachment. And last Friday, emergency crews rushed to the site of what turned out to be a fatal single-vehicle rollover in Saddle Lake. The driver, a 37-year-old man, was declared dead on the scene. Other occupant was an 11-year-old child who sustained minor injuries and was released from hospital that evening. Neither alcohol or drugs were considered factors, and the collision is still under investigation. A recycling program by Canada Wireless carriers allows you to drop off your old cell phone for recycling instead of throwing it in the garbage. Kathy Lee finds out the details on how this can help you out.
In a time where we go through cell phones every few years, it's created a problem. Where to put the old ones?
Everyone seems to have a junk drawer at home where they put old electronics that they don't know what to do with. And I think that's what a lot of people were doing with it because they didn't know how to get rid of it properly.
Throwing them in the garbage seems like an ideal thing to do, but when cell phones end up in the dump, the chemicals can cause damage to the environment.
The process for making a motherboard for a phone, it involves acids, it involves toxic chemicals of other types. And we definitely don't want those in the ground being turned into gunk and stuff.
In an effort to be greener, the Recycle My Cell program lets you recycle the phones by dropping them off at local wireless stores.
It's both a win for the consumer because they don't have piles of phones sitting there in their basement doing nothing. And it's a win for TELUS because they get the phones back and into the recycle program and get it for the future. They get the trees put up, and so it's a win for the environment as well.
All a visitor has to do is they go onto the website, they enter their postal code, and then automatically you're presented with the 10 closest places to where that postal code is that you can go drop off your cell phone.
In addition to recycling, each phone dropped off does good for your community too.
For every phone that TELUS does receive, they get a tree that's planted. In 2010, TELUS did 60,000 trees.
So before you chuck that phone in the garbage, consider recycling it instead. And it's not just phones. You can also drop off phone accessories like headsets and chargers too. Kathy Lee, Newcap News.
To find the nearest location that takes in old cell phones, visit recyclemycell.ca.